Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Naikee Singh Kohli. My story starts as that initially growing up I was kind of curious that there must be more to life. It can't just be you kind of go to school, get a job, get married, have kids and die. There has to be something more. But like having quite an inquisitive mind, I naturally kind of turned away from religion because I was like, well, God, that just seems like a man in the sky. That's too much of a simple answer. That can't be right. So I remember like distinctly at the age of about 14 being like, no, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this picture that's been painted of to me of Babaji in the sky who can do everything. So then I got very influenced by quite atheist literature, agnostic literature, and then just rationalist philosophy. And I kind of continued that up until 17, 18, and then I went to university and studied philosophy eventually. At university, that curiosity came back then, oh, this can't be it. And like the atheist answer, whilst having no belief in God, I still had that kind of hunger. And that naturally led me to like the Buddhist Society and reading about Buddhism and reading about kind of New Age spirituality. And there I did find quite a lot of acceptance, and then I kind of got into meditation and started a daily practice. I then even started going on meditation retreats as well and found quite an accepting community, something that I didn't really have in the Sikh community, something I felt like I didn't have back home or in a Gurdwara or something like that. I had that connection in the Buddhist community. But then as I got to about 20, I was like, okay, let me actually find what's in my own dharma. And then I started reading more about history, and I was like, well, this is actually a really fascinating history because the political history is fantastic as well. And then I started learning about the lives of the gurus and all this. And for a few years, it was just devouring just all the information, but it was still quite an abstract level. It wasn't that practical thing. I discovered Nanak Naam, and I was like, okay, well, this makes a lot of sense. It's quite similar to what all the rest of the spirituality is saying, but on a much more practical level. And so then I started doing Naam Simran, and I was like, wow, this is what I was kind of looking for. This is the experience that I've always kind of wanted. And incidentally, strangely enough, again, you might just call this hukum, when I moved back from York to London was the week that the course was starting. So I told my mum, I was like, look, well, we live an hour away, but we have to come. We have to come. The planets are aligning. It just seems right. And I remember coming the first week I moved back, and since then, every week we've been coming, and it's kind of like the highlight of my week. And even though for me it's an hour journey to North London and an hour journey here, it's completely worth it because I know that for the first time I've sat in Sangat again, and for the first time I'm happy to sit in the Darbar and be amongst the group that I found that acceptance as well. And the experience has been absolutely amazing. It's very practical, so like as I said, it's like now I do wake up and the first thing on my mind is, okay, I'm going to take 5 minutes for myself and just jump a mantra, and I'll do that as well. And then if I'm going to the gym, I'll listen to a part in the gym, and then even in the gym with every rep, it's going on in the shower, it's going on when I'm walking to work with every step, similar. It's always going on. That's been quite a practical thing, and it's getting to a point now where I don't want that to stop. I don't want to forget that. I want that to keep going on, because forgetting that feeling is almost worse than not constantly having that going on. And then now as well, slowly I've started doing more Bart as well. And then this year I'm going to keep my resolution to try and learn Punjabi so I can read in the original language as well. So that's been the very practical benefits. Because I think it's fine to talk about abstract spirituality and stuff, and those are great conversations. But like you said, if there's no practical benefit in your life, then kind of what's the point? If you can't, and it's that ability to rise above your thoughts, because that little voice inside your head is always going to be going. But if you've got that ability to rise above that, then you are in bliss. And that experience, once you get that thirst, you do want more. Drop by drop, want more. It's completely revolutionised the way I thought of Sikh, because again, I had the classic Mr. God picture of someone judging you, cares what you eat, cares about all these things, and it's just changed that. I remember having a conversation with my cousin the other day, and I was telling him, I'm starting to do more Bart, and he's like, oh, but prayer, and I'm like, no, but it's not, you're not praying to something external. And I said, I stopped even thinking of Bart translated to prayer. I just translate Bart as meditation now, that this is something I do for myself, because this is just the way to connect. This is a way to connect. So it's changed my idea of Sikhi as this kind of an Abrahamic tinged idea to something I think much truer to what it's actually meant to be. And that's why I think this will be quite revolutionary for Sikhi. And I think a lot of people feel this as well in the bump, that something is happening, especially in the last few years, that, I don't know, maybe it's an awakening or something, a lot of organisations, but especially Nanak Naam, are kind of, I think, helping to spur that on, and I think it's going to keep gaining momentum and hopefully change many people's lives just like it has my own. So thank you very much for that. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.